So how exactly can you increase the gig views? How can you increase the number of views that you receive for your Fiverr gigs? Now, the first thing that you want to do is you just want to have improved everything that can be improved in terms of the actual setup of that gig. So for instance, if you set up your gig and you have a very short description and you don't have really any kind of resources and the title is kind of confusing because it is not really niche focused, then probably no one is going to click that gig. And if the price perhaps is even too high, then of course no one is going to click that either. So let's for instance say you offer a logo for $1,000, then there's only going to be a very small amount of people that are actually going to click this. Again, it doesn't mean that you're not going to make money, it just means that you don't receive a lot of clicks, but maybe you make some money. So the first thing that I would do is actually this. I would think about the title that I gave my gig. Is my gig actually named the way it should be? Like when I compare my gig to other gigs, is my gig actually named the same way? Is it in the same niche? Is it actually targeting a very specific niche? Or could people perhaps misunderstand the name of that gig? And you probably say right now, well, probably not. I mean, I know how to name my gig, but just check back. Check back whether other people have actually named their gig in a similar way, because often people, especially very let's say that are experts in that industry, and they look for a certain title or a certain name or a certain category on Fiverr, they probably are looking for exactly what you're offering, but they don't find you because you named your gig differently. Now the same thing applies if you're an expert in your industry and you give your Fiverr gig a very specific title with a lot of terms that perhaps normal everyday people are not going to understand. Then this could actually lead to that no one is going to look for that term, so you get very, very little traffic. So there are the two things that you want to think about. Then the next thing that you should do is, of course, you should think about the pricing. Now on Fiverr, if you have a very high pricing, it is actually quite unlikely that you'll be on the first page if you're not one of the Fiverr pros, because again, Fiverr is not necessarily known to be a platform where sellers offer a logo, let's say for $1,000, or a ghostwriting job for like $20,000 or something like that. That is in most cases actually not even possible from a technical perspective, but it's also not wanted really on Fiverr. So what you should do is you should first, before you even get started really with Fiverr, think about how much money other sellers are charging for similar basically, yeah, for similar services that they're offering through Fiverr. So that's the first thing that you want to do. You want to look at that. Then afterwards, of course, you want to get as many reviews as possible. The more reviews you have, the more clicks you're probably also going to generate. So what are some good ways to generate reviews? Well, here in this course I actually have an entire chapter about reviews, but just to give you one short hint, when you start out, you need customers, so you need traffic. Fiverr will give you some traffic. They will probably make you some money, but it will take some time until you have, let's say, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 reviews. So what you should rather do in the beginning is use your own reach. If you have any reach, if you have a Facebook group, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have anything like that, get some reach, build up, get as many people as possible to click on your Fiverr gig page, because then it will already automatically be pushed more because you drove a lot of traffic to it, but also get a lot of customers. And you probably say, well, I'm offering Fiverr gigs because I don't have my own reach. I don't want to, drive my own traffic there because I don't really have any. Now, if this applies to you, what you can do is you can just simply ask people that you know, that you're friends with, that are family, to buy from your services. I know this is probably not the best advice I can give you. And again, a lot of you will say, well, this is kind of like a weird advice, but just simply sell for a very low amount to people that you know. These people don't necessarily have to be friends, but you can just undersell yourself. You can say, again, you need perhaps a logo, I will do a logo for you for like $5. Or you need a ghostwriting job done, I will do it for like $50, like ridiculously low amounts of money. Why? Because these people will then leave probably a 5-star review, and the more reviews you generate, the better. So just lower your price in the beginning to a very, very, very low amount, like a ridiculously low amount, because when you do that, you're gonna get a lot of customers, and then these customers will leave reviews, they get great services for a very low amount of money, they'll be happy with that, and they will hopefully give you 5-star reviews for the services that you have done. So that's a simple way to get more reviews and thus to get more clicks. Now, in general, what I would do is I would share my services. I would share my services with my audience. If you have, for instance, let's say an email list, send out, let's say, a link to your Fiverr gig page. Or for instance, when you have a YouTube channel, tell people that you're offering services, that they are supposed to go in the video description and to purchase from you. Like, do things like that in order to drive more traffic. Because if you drive more traffic, Fiverr automatically will see, all right, this is a very, let's say, interesting gig for a lot of people. We're going to push this. You receive more reviews, and thus Fiverr also knows, all right, this person or this seller is very active. This person, offers great services, and we're going to push this person even further on our platform. And then after time, you can again increase your prices and earn more money per sale. But the most important part is that you get as many reviews as possible in the beginning so that you get more clicks. Now, of course, I can give you lots and lots of different kinds of other strategies that are probably not going to be helpful to you. These are the important ones. The most other things you can just completely ignore. Just do that and you're going to get more clicks on your Fiverr gig. But alright, that was it now here for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope we can see each other in the next one.